welcome to episode number 14 of the Create Your Vibrant Life podcast. Today, we're talking about being selfish will cause your relationship to thrive. It continues with our relationship mini-series that many of you have really found value in. But today's episode is slightly different than the other episodes you have probably heard in this podcast because this is a live training I did in my pop-up Facebook group that is dedicated for the free training, relationship training series I'm doing for 12 days. So I'm inviting you to join the relationship training. If you've found value so far in the training that I provided here, the relationship mini series that I have talked about in here, you will find tons of value by going through this training in the Facebook group. So today's episode, you're going to hear me welcome people into the group. You're going to hear me say a few names, like just the first name, so no privacy is violated. And you are going to find a lot of value in this topic. And this topic is one of the pre-training recordings that I did for the group as people were getting settled in. So the training itself starts June 15th, Monday, and it goes on for 12 days. You're going to get so much amazing information and training and content around creating thriving, loving relationship in your life, romantic relationship in your life, and bringing in literally 20 plus years of working of helping couples transform their relationship, helping people transform their relationships on their own. If you think about it, or have you really, look at this in your own life. Have you noticed that when you are content with your relationship, when you are thriving, when you feel loved, when everything is going well in your relationship, have you noticed how you're able to do so much more in the outside world? It almost gives you, that song, Wind Beneath My Wings. It literally gives you the wind beneath your wings. That is one of the reasons I created this training series I'm doing, this pop-up group where I'm doing the training series. Because I know that there are things that every one of us can do in our relationship to help it thrive. And there's tons of value that I bring in with my expertise that I wanted to bring into everyone to help them transform their relationships. Relationship, which in turn will also transform other relationships in their life. I know that. So I'm doing this training for that reason. I'm digressing a little bit. But today's topic, being selfish will cause your relationship to thrive. I particularly picked this topic as a pre-training topic because so many people, especially women, tend to overgive, thinking it's going to help their relationship. And you know what? Most people don't even recognize that they're overgiving till they are exhausted and they don't even know what hit them. And it becomes a habit. And I'm covering all these things in this recording that you're going to hear. But again, this is slightly different than other recordings. It's a live. Oh my God, I can't speak. It's a live I did in that Facebook group. And I'm giving you the audio recording of that. So enjoy this episode. Join the pop-up group to receive your free relationship training bootcamp, to join the free relationship training bootcamp. Oh goodness, I can't speak. I've been speaking so much in the last few days, doing all the recordings and doing this live. And it's just, I think my voice is done for the day. So join the group. It's free. The training is absolutely free, but doesn't mean the content you're getting is invalid. It's doesn't have value. It has tons of value. All right, before I keep stumbling over my words, listen to this podcast episode, share with your friends and family, and join the training, please. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 12-day relationship bootcamp. Our bootcamp officially starts on Monday. But before, as you guys get settled in and as we're inviting more and more people into the group, there are around 700 people who have registered. I don't know how many people will actually show up in the Facebook group because of a lot of, I don't know how it's going to work because they have to open their emails and it's going to come into the group. As you get settled in, I wanted to share some of the topics that are commonly coming up with people. So if you're watching this live, please say hello, tell me where you're watching from, and we're going to dive into the topic. But let me tell you one thing. The fact that you've invested, you're ready to invest 12 days of your life into this relationship bootcamp tells me something about you. It tells me that you are a change maker. You are a visionary in your life. You want to create changes, and you're not the kind who's going to sit complacently, and you're going to make those changes. So congratulations on taking that step to registering for this bootcamp. I think you're going to get a lot of value, and especially even starting with today's topic. Hi, Gemina. Hi, Maria. Hi, Rim. So good to have you all here. And today's topic is really going to be beneficial for a lot of people, especially women. As you can tell, right? The topic is being selfish will cause your relationship to thrive, which is not what most people think. And by the way, I know this relationship training series is free, but don't undervalue what you're going to get from this relationship training. What you're going to get is invaluable. And I can tell you that because I create results with my clients. I know that I can deliver results, and I know you can get results too. But there's one criteria for getting the results that you want, which is something I've seen with all my clients when I work with them. They implement and they put things into practice. They start practicing, even if it's like getting on a bicycle. When you first get on a bicycle and you're like all wobbly, but they still do it. That's my clients. And if you want results, so participate and do the work that I'm inviting you to do. Okay? All right. So let's get on to the topic. I have my notes here, so I have a lot I wanted to share with you guys. So what we'll be covering today is why I picked this topic. Most women, especially women, believe that in order for their relationship to thrive, you have to give a lot. You're a giver. Like most women tend to feel like they have to give in order to be in a thriving relationship. And I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying you need to be selfish. There's no such thing as selfish, but you need to be focused on yourself in order for your relationship to thrive. I'm going to break it down for you guys. But by the way, guys, I haven't even introduced myself. There are a lot of new people here. Hi, Tana. My name is Padma Ali, if you haven't guessed already. And I am a relationship expert. I have done couples therapy for over 20 years. I do coaching more than I do therapy at this point in my life. And I work with, I tend to attract very high achievers who are overworked and who want more in life, but they feel really stressed out and overwhelmed with all the things that they do. They're change makers in their life, and they want to impact the world. And they come to me because they want guidance around how to slow down, how to still impact the world by living in integrity. So again, if you're watching this live, please share where you're watching from and what brought you to this bootcamp. And again, this is a pre-training series. This is pre-training to our training that will start on Monday. So what we're going to be covering today is why we are programmed to be givers as women, mostly for women. But if you're a man watching, I know there's some men who are also in this group. You can apply this to the women in your life, and I'm sure you know other women in your life. So why we are programmed to be givers. Hi, Lavanda. And why being selfish is actually beneficial for your relationship, and 3 strategies I'm going to share with you that you can implement to help your relationship thrive. All right. So why we are programmed to be givers as women. I'm going to cover some science behind this of why women tend to be more givers than tend to be givers. I'm not going to compare to men, right? Women tend to be givers. But before that, I want to address something really important. Okay? What happens when we overgive? Have you considered that? Have you considered what happens when you overgive? And this is what I've heard. I've heard that to be a virtue. I've heard that to be, oh my God, she's so generous. She's so giving. She's so kind. She takes care of other people more than she takes care of, like she tends to put others first. And people value that as a virtue. There's nothing wrong with giving. Let me make that absolutely clear. Nothing wrong with giving. If that's a value you possess, amazing. But if you're doing that at the cost of you, then it's a problem. You get it? If you're doing that at the cost of you, it is a problem. And I'm going to demonstrate that for you. Okay? So if you have, actually, you can do that with me if you want. You can get a glass of water. I had my glass and I forgot to bring it here. So if you have a glass of water and you have a bottle, I want you to keep pouring and pouring and pouring till your bottle is empty. Now, I want you to try to pour more with an empty bottle. Try it. What happens? You have nothing to give. It's so simple, and you've seen it in your life. But do you see the power of this? Can you see how powerful this is? Can you see what happens when you keep pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring and it's empty? What happens then? Does that resonate for you? Give me a yes or give me some hearts or put in the comments. Share with me. Does that make sense? Let me apply this back to your life, okay? How overgiving is actually destructive. Let me ask you a question. Do you get angry, frustrated, annoyed? Any of those emotions, which I call as the lower vibrational emotions, those are all signs that you're overgiving. They're all signs that your cup is empty. Take that. If you're feeling frustrated, angry, annoyed, any of those things, your cup is empty. Yes, Supriya, I'm glad you see that, right? If you can, again, relate to that, if it hits a nerve, put it in the chat box. I know there are some people here, I saw in the entry comments that they're here to find the love of their life. And some of you are already in relationships. I'm going to cover what happens when you are not in a relationship and you're in a relationship, but you can apply this everywhere. And I'm going to talk about if you're not in a relationship and wanting to find one, how you can apply this to your life as well. Okay, so stay with me. So let's talk about the science behind why we overgive. This is not just, I'm not pulling this out of thin air. I'm speaking about this from science. As a species, as women, we have estrogen. Everybody knows that, right? Now, estrogen in women, I'm going to read this out to you from the research that I did. It's linked to being imaginative, superior verbal skills, excelling in reading postures, facial expressions, tones of voices. How many of you can relate to that as a woman? Like you can pick up on energy before someone even says something. That is your DNA as a woman. They're also, this is research again. It is linked to being intuitive, sympathetic, nurturing, agreeable, altruistic, emotionally expressive. This is in our DNA as women. This is science, and research has proven that. Now, can you see how nature has given us this skill? Now, again, both men and women have a cocktail of estrogen and progesterone, okay? We all have that, but it's higher in us women for a reason. We bear children. Like, this is important for us to have. But here's the other piece. This is nature, right? There's a nurture piece to this. But this is something as women, most of us can relate, especially if you're in the age range of like 30 to 50, 60, you can relate to this. Girls were raised to be givers. At least that's how I grew up too. There was always importance placed in like, take care of other people. Make sure you don't upset someone. Can you relate to that? I know it's changing. A lot more and more people are coming more into the conscious parenting. They're very conscious about how they parent their children, especially gender, like, girls and boys. And in my home, my 6-year-old is more of the nurturer. He's so tuned into emotions. I'm like, what happened here? This is like nature and nurture got completely intermingled. And my daughter is like this feisty little one. My 3-year-old. So clearly it's gotten messed up in my family, but it's great. It's great to see that, this is not, you're not tied into your nature just because you have the DNA of a woman. The programming, right? Like that's what it is. We're being programmed to overgive and overgive and overgive. And, like one of the things I often would hear is like, if you do that, what will people think? It's common. It's common across cultures. Like I'm not speaking just from my culture. Like this is common. Like we're focused on what will someone else think about us. And that makes us give when we don't want to give. I'm going to tie it all back for you guys. So stay with me. So far, can you see how powerful this is? Can you see how powerful it is? Like how much we are trained to give. Now, here's the good news. Now that you know that you've been programmed to do that, you can unprogram yourself. And I'm going to teach you all about that. Hi, Maria. So let's go into why being selfish, self-focused actually benefits you and your relationship with your partner, or to even find the right partner. Being selfish, taking care of you is actually a good thing in a relationship. I'm going to get right to the point, okay? As you get to know me in this next 12 days, maybe you already know me or maybe you don't. So you will see something about me. I am direct. I'm loving, kind, but I will not put up with BS. And because, especially if the BS keeps you stuck, that's just me. I do not put up with that. I will not let you stay in it unless you want to. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm very nurturing and loving, but I'm not here to be a friend. I'm here to help you transform. And I know that's why you are here too, right? So let me do my thing. You do your thing. Let's get together and do the work. And again, if my style doesn't agree with you, like it's fine. Like you can totally leave the group. That's okay. But this is what you get. You get me direct. You get me the way I am. And I know I will get you results if you do the work. Okay, here is it. I'm going back to the point. Overgiving tends to make us depleted. And I used to be that way. I used to be the biggest people pleaser you would ever find. Like I always wanted to be loved and liked. That was how I did things, but I was exhausted. Can you see that? Okay, so let me tie it back to why being selfish is actually helpful for you. I'm going to ask you a question. Actually, that reminds me, please keep a notebook dedicated for the next 12 days because you're going to write down stuff that I'm going to ask you to do. And it's going to make a lot of sense when you start writing these things down. Okay? Let me ask you this question. What is your motive behind giving? No one starts giving to the point of exhaustion. At some point you wake up and you go, what the heck happened? Why am I so tired? Giving and giving and giving and giving. Tying it back to your relationship with your partner. And again, you can apply this to other relationships too, with your children, with everybody, but tying it back to the relationship with your partner. Are you giving because you fear losing your partner or not winning their love or affection? Is that how you've habituated yourself to do in this relationship? Yes, hi, Gemina is saying pleasing others. Yes, we give to please others, and that's something you've been programmed to do over and over again. Like I said, it's nurture, but there's also nature aspect of it. So, again, I want you to sit with these questions and write them down. What is your motive to give? And be honest with yourself and share it with us here because we're here to support you to make that transformation happen. Okay? So here's the thing. I'm going to again get directly to the point. If you are one of those people who tends to overgive, guess what's behind it? it's self-worth issues. It has got nothing to do. Pleasing others comes back down to self-worth. Do you value yourself? You want other people to love you, but do you love yourself? When you have your cup full of loving yourself, you will not seek that from another person outside you in that same way. There's some part of you that's wanting to be like I said, I give it to you direct. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We have only 12 days. I have 12 days to help you get to the place you want to get in your relationship. So I'm going to give it to you direct. Okay. Now you may have already seen that in your life. You can't win the love of anybody at your expense. Can you? Does that put it in the chat box? You can't win love at your own expense. Can you? So here's why focusing on yourself, taking care of yourself is the ultimate love getter. Oh goodness, I just made up that word, love getter. When you focus on yourself and take care of why that is an ultimate love getter. Hi, Ashwini. Okay, so have you paid attention to how you feel when you take care of yourself? Let me repeat that again. How do you feel when you take care of yourself? Think about this. Maybe you're doing something you absolutely love, like dancing, or you went on a walk by yourself, or you're getting dressed up and you go out and you just getting dressed. You just like dressing up, or you spend an afternoon reading, doing something that fills you up. How do you feel? If you're like most people, when you do those things for yourself, you value yourself, which means you will feel awesome about yourself. Now, here's the thing, right? Happy and peaceful, says Ashwini. Yes, absolutely. When you feel happy and peaceful, now think about someone else in your life who you think is like really awesome. She's like really, really awesome, or he or she, whoever it is. You think like they're really amazing. Lavanda says revived. Yes. So think about someone else in your life who is that way. How do you feel towards them? Do you want to be around them more? Do you want to hang out with them? Do you like, I want to do everything to be around this person, right? Think about it. That's what you will become. It makes you very attractive, right? It makes you want, like if you're like, wow, I feel so good. Someone else around you, you're going to exude that vibration. You hear me talk about all these things. I'm very much so here's one thing you need. I'm going to digress just a tiny bit. So my methodology is based entirely on brain science, the beliefs you hold, your brain psychology, neuropsychology, and also energy. Energy plays a huge role. You got attracted to come to this, not because of what I posted in an ad or something. It's because of my energy. Something about my energy said, I just want to check this woman out. I just want to check what she has to say. Isn't it? You knew nothing about me, but something said, oh, let me go check out this group. And that's what I mean. It's energy. We all exude energy. And when you can tap into that, and how that comes is when your cup is full. So let me give you another example, okay? So think about someone else in your life who is a constant complainer, who is tired, who tends to be like, just like, oh my God, like he just looks exhausted all the time and is annoyed. He doesn't have time or is kind of needy around other people. Oh, thank you, Ashwini. Hi, Uma. So do you want to spend time with someone like that? No, you don't. You're like, oh my God, like get me away from that person, right? That's what I'm going to invite you to ponder upon. When you take care of yourself, being selfish, there's nothing called selfish. It's about taking care of you and honoring you. What happens is that your cup gets full. You exude that energy. And so even if you're looking for love or you want to strengthen your relationship with your partner, it starts first with valuing yourself. And when you do that, oh my goodness, guys, like your partners, when you want to spend time with you, it's going to make you more attractive to your partner. Or if you're looking for someone, they're going to come to you because of your energy. All right. You see how powerful this is? Give me a yes if you see how powerful this thing is. And if you're watching the replay again, like whether you're watching the replay or you're seeing this live, please share with me. Isn't this extraordinarily powerful? when you take care of yourself and what happens to the people around you when you do that. All right, so let's talk about the 3 strategies to implement to make you more selfish, to be more to take care of yourself. Hi, Morgan. Okay, first question. I'm going to ask you a question, actually. Where in your life, number 1, where in your life are you a yes sayer when you actually want to say no? That's your first thing. If you just join me live, like, make sure to catch the whole thing, because I really shared some amazing nuggets today. So please watch the whole thing. So where in your life are you a yes sayer when you actually want to say no, especially to your partner? First strategy, say no more often than you say yes. And no is an acceptable answer. Let me think about it as an acceptable answer so you can buy some time to see, what do you really want? That's how you are going to start to honor and value yourself. And that's what's going to make you more attractive to your partner. Remember that. Yes, Maria, it's absolutely true. Like we do that even with friends. Second strategy to be more selfish. Do one thing to nurture yourself every day. Okay? Do one thing that you can nurture yourself, and put in the comments today, what is that one thing you're committing to for the next 12 days? Again, like I said, guys, you will get results when you practice these things. So start sharing with us. What are some of the things you're going to implement? Okay. Second thing, what is one thing you can do to nurture yourself? Third one, this is powerful. When you can get this, it's going to change everything. Gratitude. Everyone's heard of gratitude, but here's the slight twist. What are you grateful for about your own self? What do you feel grateful for within you? Okay? That is going to make you move from being focused on others all the time to focusing on yourself. Okay? All right. We're going to end our thing today, but I'm going to recap for you. We talked about the science of overgiving, why we do that, the detriments of overgiving, and how that actually is detrimental to making you attractive to your partner. The 3 strategies for implementing selfishness, being self-care. Now hit the chat box. Oh, great. Lavanda's saying taking some time for me every day. Yes, absolutely. Now hit the chat box with insights, breakthroughs, and questions after you're done doing some of this work, and do it. Share with us, because we want to hold you. We can hold space for you to do this, make this change. Change is not easy. Change comes with having to make something that's not familiar. So you have to put in the work. So write down these questions. If you don't know what they are, go back and listen and put them in here. Share with us your insights and your breakthroughs and questions. Okay. So this is the pre-training for the training that's going to start on Monday. I just wanted to get you kind of prepped up and just see, like, start to thinking about things differently. One thing you will see about me, I make people think outside the box. So this will start to help you see a little bit differently what's happening. All right. So much love to you all. I will connect with you later. I'll come back in again tomorrow with a different topic at same time. And then we start our training series on Monday. Please invite your friends. There's still time. Invite them in. I want this to be beneficial for everybody. So invite them to the group. I'll put the link to the group in here. And if you have questions, please reach out, because guys, I'm available for you for the next 12 days. You can ask me anything. I'm here for you. And I'll also set up the program in a way that we'll do some more lives like this. So you can ask me questions. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Hi, Tana. And thank you, Maria. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, Maria. Bye. Oh, great. Lavanda, so you're saying it was an eye-opener. Please share with us and with the group, like, what was eye-opening for you? Because, here's the other thing. I'm going to say one more thing and then I'm going to end. When we share our breakthroughs and our insights, it actually helps other people. And if you're in this group, we want to help other people, right? And so share with us whatever your insights are. Thank you, Jamuna. Okay, thank you, Ashwini. So good to have you all in here. I'm so grateful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this podcast. Make sure to tag me on Instagram at Padma Ali to share your takeaways from this episode. And lastly, share with your friends and family so they can also benefit from listening to this podcast. For more tips, go on to our website, padmaali.com, and connect with me at the next episode. Take care. Bye.